Kevin, one more game to go in the season, but your home campaign's ended today. 1-1 draw with playoff hopeful Scarborough Athletic in a fairly entertaining game. You seem to be reasonably pleased with what you saw from the team.
Yeah, certainly pretty content with the effort levels. I found us having some good moments there, and I think in open play we definitely had the best chances in the game, and disappointed really not to close it out and take the 3 points. Scarborough, I think all their best moments came from restarts, whether it be corners or free kicks loaded into the box. Obviously they scored off the back of one of those, but again, credit to our players. They kept going, found a good moment there, and Montel is a great, good cross into the box and a great header from Montel to salvage something from the game.
Sure. You had to make, there were 3 changes I think today. Robbie Evans failed fitness test, Liam Nolan wasn't fit either, and I noticed during the game you ended up not making any substitutions either, so the 11 that started, the 11 that finished, which is a bit unusual.
Yeah, I know the lads on the bench would want to be in there and having a bit of a go, but I just felt we looked fairly balanced and comfortable in the game pretty much throughout. And again, it's understanding, and when people have got minutes and chance and how deep players can go into the game, and whether they can get through the 90 minutes and be robust enough to get through it and take something out of the game is the understanding that we're all trying to make and learn. I think everybody pretty well has acquitted themselves well today. And as I say, delighted. Montel's got his goal off the back of creating a great chance and opportunity for Kai. Kai's openly admitted he should be scoring from 8 yards or whatever it is out, settle the ball, and to hit the bar in that moment he's a little bit disappointed with. But it's nice that he then returns a favour with a cross into the box for Montel to go and finish.
Yeah, it was a super finish as well, a really well taken goal. You probably are a little bit disappointed not to get all 3, and you would have liked to sign off with a victory as well, particularly for the supporters. I know we were at the Forum on Thursday evening and there was a lot of passion from the supporters, and it's harnessing that, isn't it, and that we need to do in future.
Definitely. Just to be there at the end and the lads to give the supporters and show a lap of appreciation for how strong and solid those supporters have been all season, and just really disappointing that the season's panned out and ended up in the way that it has. Credit to everybody, in the stadium that they've continued to get here and be behind us and stay with us in what are the most challenging of situations. So they deserve a fantastic amount of praise and credit for that. And it's important, next season that we're seeing that level of effort and desire out on the field on a regular basis, coupled together with some technical ability and game understanding, and if we can bring all those factors together, hopefully we will have a more productive season.
Sure. I mean, and the thing is, whatever level you're at and whoever you're going to be facing, you've got to put those levels of effort in, aren't you? It's not going to be any different at step 3.
Not at all. Every league and division is challenging for whatever reason. The dynamic changes from whatever division that you're playing in. But yeah, it's understanding that, but still being competent and capable enough of being able to deal with what it throws at you. I've got across to a couple of games this week, and some of the surfaces that you play on at that level aren't quite to the level of National League. But that's the challenge that you face, and it's how you get over that challenge and you deal with that hurdle and that barrier and make sure you're coming out on the right side of games and trying to put a side and pull a side that is, like I say, robust in its nature, that can deal with good pitches, bad pitches, difficult conditions, good teams, defensive teams, whatever it may be, that we're equipped to be able to deal with that. And that's a challenge for me and the guys to identify players and bring players to the club that are capable of, hopefully being successful next season and further and beyond that.
Sure. One more game to go now. I said Boston United away next week. You again, knowing your standards, you will still want a performance and to try and get a result from that. But I also sense that you're probably itching to get going on probably the rebuild after that, I would think.
Yeah, having been able to speak to players and when they get out of contract and the players that do become on the available on the market. Yeah, it's important that hopefully we're at the forefront of it and we're able to pull together some deals. Equally, all those guys in that changing room will need speaking to and a discussion to be had, and see where they're at and how many want to be at the club and play here next season. Clearly there'll be, I would imagine, quite a lot of change around within the group, and that's for whatever reason. We have lots of players that travel a lot of distance that next season will become difficult for. So yeah, the work doesn't stop and never stops, does it? You were trying to progress your group and your team and the club overall. So yeah, we'll keep going at it, and like I say, hopefully we can bring some exciting players to the club that can, serve up victories on a more regular basis.
Kevin, we really appreciate your time. We'll see you in Boston next week.
Thank you.